Hello class 7 students. So today I will start chapter number 12, that is sexual reproduction in plants. First I will come to the sexual reproduction in plants. Now reproduction is the process by which new organisms or new offsprings are produced from their parents. Reproduction are of two types. One is asexual reproduction and another one is sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, only one parent gives rise to an offspring. And in sexual reproduction, two individuals are required for the production of the offspring. Okay. Now, in sexual reproduction, in case of plants, we will see that the plants produces a special type of organ inside it which helps during reproduction. That special organ is called gamete. Okay. In case of male plant, the male reproductive organ is the stamen and the male gamete is the sperm in case of plants. Okay. Now stamen looks like this. They have bilobe. They have two lobe-like structure and they are holded by a filament. This part is called anther and this part is called filament. Now when I will cut the anther into two parts, I will see that inside the anther there are millions and millions of pollen grains present. This is the pollen sac where pollen grains are present. Pollen sac, and these are the pollen grains. Pollen grains, when seen under microscope, it looks somewhat like this. Okay. Now this pollen grains contain sperm cells inside it which helps during fertilization. Okay, so this is all about male reproductive organ and male gamete. Now I will come to the female reproductive organ. The female reproductive organ is carpel or pistil and it looks like this. This entire structure is called carpel or pistil. Okay, now this carpel or pistil contains stigma, style and ovary. Okay, this ovary, inside the ovary we have ovule. Okay, this is the nucleus of the ovule. Now, in case of plants, when many carpels they will unite together, it is called as pistil. Okay, so the female reproductive organ is carpel or pistil where ovum is present. Okay, now there are two types of flowers present: perfect flower and imperfect flower. Perfect flowers are those flowers which have both male reproductive organ, that is both anther, that is both stamen and carpel, that is called as perfect flowers. Those flowers which have both carpel also and anther also, that is called as perfect flowers. And those flowers which have either carpel or either stamen, that is called as imperfect flowers. Okay. Now there is one mechanism of sexual reproduction in plants. That mechanism is called as pollination. Okay, pollination. In pollination, what happens? The pollen grains, which is considered as a male reproductive organ, they comes to the female gamete. Okay, they comes in contact with the female gamete. That is when they are in the stigma, when they comes in contact with the carpel or pistil of the female flower. Okay. Now, pollination in simple terms, I can say that it is a transfer of pollen grains. It is a transfer of pollen grains from the anther of the male flower to the stigma of the female flower. That is called as pollination. Okay. Now, there are two types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. What is self-pollination? When the pollen grains or the male gametes, when it will be transferred from anther of a flower, of one flower, to the stigma of the same flower, and that is on the same plant, that is called as self-pollination. And cross-pollination means when pollen from the anther of one flower, it gets transferred to the stigma of a flower which is on the another plant, that is called as cross-pollination. Okay. Now there are many agents used for the pollination like insects, birds, winds, water. Okay. First is the insect pollination. Insect pollination means a pollination which is occurred with the help of insects. Insects do the pollination. Insect that transfers the pollen grains from one flower to another flower. Okay. So one agent is the insect. Next we have wind pollination. Wind pollination means what? Pollination which is done by the flow of wind. Okay, when the wind they carries the pollen grains from one flower to another flower, that pollination is called as wind pollination. Okay, And also in some of the flowers, the pollen grains are transferred by water also. The water, they transfers the pollen grains, and due to the flow of water from one part of the water body to another part, in that way pollen grains are also getting transferred from one flower to another with the help of water. Okay. Next we have fertilization. Fertilization is a process by which a sperm, a male gamete, that is sperm or ovum, when they fuses together, they give zygote. This entire reaction is called as fertilization. Okay, actually what happens in fertilization? Say suppose this is the carpel, carpel or pistil, and when the sperm will come in contact with the stigma of the carpel or pistil, it will form a long tube-like structure which is called as pollen tube. This pollen tube will allow the nucleus of the sperm to enter inside the ovary, okay, which contains ovule. Then the nucleus of the ovule and the nucleus of the sperm, it will fuse together, and after fusion it will give zygote. Okay, so in case of plants, the ovary grows into this ovary part. This ovary part grows into fruit, and the ovule becomes the seed. Now seed has some parts, like seed contains an embryo. Seed contains an embryo inside, and inside the embryo they contain radicle. Okay, this part is called as the radicle, from where root of the plants develop. Okay, next we have plumule. Plumule, it develops into stem, leaves. This is the main function of the plumule. It is present inside the seed. Then we have one or two cotyledons. Okay, cotyledons, what they do? They store food for the germination of the seed. Okay. Next we have dispersal of seeds. After the seeds are matured inside the plant, those seeds are dispersed by certain agents like wind, then animal, water, explosive dispersal. Okay, some of the dispersals are done by wind, like the wind scatters the seeds into different areas, and after the seeds are getting scattered, those seeds under favorable condition, they will germinate and they will form a plant. Then in case of water, for example, say lotus lily, they grows in water. So the seeds which are present inside those plants, it will be dispersed by water, and from that seeds a new plant, a new lotus plant or lily will develop. Next we have animal. Some animals are also responsible for the dispersal of seeds. They eat fleshy fruits like mango, papaya, and they throw the seeds somewhere in the surroundings. And then the birds and animals, they eat some of these fruits along with the seeds, and the seeds, they grows at a certain condition, at certain environmental condition, and then they grows into a new plant. Okay, then we have explosive dispersal. Some of the fruits of the plants like balsam, pea, they burst open when they are dry. Those plants, they burst, they explode, and then the seeds are getting transferred, or they are getting scattered from the mother plant to the surroundings. Okay, so this was all about dispersal of seeds. Next we have germination. Now, after the seeds are getting scattered, after the dispersal, the seeds will come to the next part, that is germination. Seed will elongate its radicle. This radicle, what it will do? It will develop the root. So this radicle will start elongating. Then after the radicle gets elongated, plumule which is present inside the seed will also start to elongate. Okay, then the seed will develop a seed coat. This seed coat will protect the seed. After the seed coat, cotyledons will be developing inside the seed, around the seed. Okay, around the seed, and then finally the cotyledons will store the food for the seed. The seed will grow into a new plant, into a mature plant. So this was all about sexual reproduction. One thing you please remember, that in sexual reproduction, the nucleus plays a very important role during fertilization. It's the nucleus which gets fused in case of fertilization, and since they are getting fused with each other, the sperm of the nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the ovum, when they get fused with each other, then only zygote comes. Okay.